It's 6 o'clock.
Is it really? Oh.
We don't have anybody there, though. All right, well, it is 6:03 and we believe we have a quorum, so I'll have Carol call the roll.
Okay, Les Fremantle. Dennis Wood. PJ is here. Steve Meehan. Steve Neer.
Here.
Kathy Allen. Here. Ben Bornhorst. Tracy Weir. Is he here?
I'm here.
Okay. Jim Vina.
I'm here, Carol.
Yep, and Alex Knowlton. Dr. McHugh, see him on there. And
Yep, I'm here.
okay, and Dr. Daly? No. Okay, Steve Kroll? Yep, we see.
Present.
Okay, Anne Marie's excused. I'm here. Lynn Kane?
Here.
And Jim is here, and Dale Lingenfelter?
I'm here.
Okay. Yep. And Alan is here, and Steve Retzloff, I heard him before, and Jeff Williams. Maria Walker.
I'm here.
Okay, and Charles Welch. Charles. Adam Fink. Paul Segro, see Paul,
I am here.
and William Rockenstein. Where did he was? And Rich Salucci is on. I heard Rich.
I'm here. Yep, I'm here.
Okay, and didn't Rockenstein resign and get replaced by somebody else?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do I still have that name on there?
Yeah.
Oops.
Anybody else that's not on our list that's in attendance? I see
Tom Pasquarelli is a
Tom
guest,
Pasquarelli and Dave Kowalski. Are you on? I think Dave's on.
or Alex.
Hi, this is Sue Sizdek from Clifton Park Half Moon EMS.
Okay. Anybody else? Looks like maybe Dave Kowalski. And I think that's it. Okay. Okay. I think I'm moving silence.
Well, then we'll pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, our minutes are recorded, so we don't need to approve them. Excused this evening is Anne Marie Cross. Executive Director's report, Tim.
Okay, not too much going on. Actually, the report's a little deceiving, but we've been doing a lot of work with these poor bullet items. Dave and I met with Sharon Bensala and Samantha Dans from BEMSATs. Shannon is a contract manager for finance and administration, and Sam's health program administrator. We met last week for 3 hours with those guys. They were nice enough to come to the office, sit down with us. We just want to get straight with those guys and have those guys have a good understanding or recommendations for us as to how we handle the ERMS vouchers, budgeting and stuff, so on and so forth, going ahead. We're mid-cycle with a contract with them, so we don't have a formal contract with them. So we just wanted to be on the same page with everybody at the Bureau relative to training vouchers or relative to the contract vouchers. In addition, I grabbed Shannon before she left and asked her if she could look up the status of the training vouchers, and she contacted Kara Barbara Gallo from BEMSATs, who couldn't locate the vouchers. So I don't know if the vouchers were misplaced on the other end, they went to a different portal or what, so I'm working with Rich about, Ruther to reproduce and resubmit those training vouchers, and maybe someday we'll realize that money. We are at a shortage of CICs here. We're losing a couple of our CICs that have taught for us for the last couple of years, moving on to brighter pastures and full-time jobs to mirror their educations and stuff. JC's going, Justin George is going. So I'm going to talk to two prospective CICs. One is Greg Fox. I've known Greg Fox for a long time from Greene County. He said he'd be happy to help us out if he could. And the other one is Mike Turek, relatively new CIC, Jess Turek's husband from Greene County. But he seems interested in helping us teach some classes. So in the next couple of weeks, I'll be sitting down with both of those two fellows and see what can work out relative to upcoming training. Rich Ruther advised me he's going to be resigning. He's finishing the SUNY EMT course right now, but Rich is still working full-time for Gilderland, and he's become the primary caretaker for his elderly mother. So that pretty much eats most of his time off, taking care of mom. So he's going to be wrapping it up after the next class. JC Guzman's graciously stepped up. He's Rich's underling, and he's going to handle stuff there until we figure out a game plan to continue with a training coordinator. And along the lines of the first bullet point, Emily and I have been meeting regularly with the ARMS folks. I know Tom is on the meeting here. Dr. McHugh is taking part. Dr. Daly's taking part. Some of the ARMS folks, Beth McGowan, Dr. Markowitz, Dr. Fisher, just to get the game plan up and running, relative to, how we're going to operate things out there. Credentialing, a lot of questions on that. Med control, communications, information sharing, data list, contact list, stuff like that. The message is out there. They know to contact us now, but we need to standardize some of the processes and stuff. So that's going along well. That concludes my report. I'll take any questions if anybody has any.
Excellent. I'll have nothing under a chairperson's report. Not seeing Dr. Daly, Dr. McHugh. You want to do REMAC and academic, and if you have anything possibly from Dr. Daly.
Sure, I didn't ask if you had anything particular, but REMAC, sorry, I just got a car, so I'm going from memory. What we discussed was setting up a committee to review the signal system, to look into one, the definition of a signal, and two, other ways of paying for the medical command reporting system, and the other things that cost covers. We discussed the mask mandates that were still unfortunately under the state versus what the individual hospitals have been able to do on their own. So that's waiting on the state to change the direction for the mask mandates. We discussed the A5, I forget the rest of it, but the bill before the state's legislature that would basically criminalize the use of ketamine or any other medication not for life threatening situations without the patient's express consent. So clearly this seems to be a politically targeted against ketamine versus any other use. But the concern with this would be the reduction to be able to use ketamine, but anything else. Is that anaphylactic patient truly going to die if they get it? And would I be criminally liable if something happens? So a lot of downstream effects from that potentially. And I think that was most of what we discussed at the REMAC and the operations.
Sounds good. Any mention of QI just while I have you?
No, that's more daily, but I know CARES was finally got completed and out, but I'm not sure what else he has cooking for that.
Okay, very good. Thank you. PJ Treasures?
All right, you all have the treasurer's report that's all been sent out to you. We did make a notable change on the treasurer's report moving forward, whereby we have included ARMS together with Remo on a separate line so that you can follow the expenses that we're paying for from errands as well as the revenue that we're generating from errands as well. Obviously, this is on a cash basis. From an accounting standpoint, it will be on an accrual basis, but cash is king, and that's the most important thing to watch. You also notice that we did receive the program grant money, which has helped our cash flow immensely. So all looks well from that standpoint. My discussions with Dave and Tim and Jim, Aram's year end ends March 31st. So there needs to be an audit done. It's all of our suggestions that we employ the same auditing firm that audits us, as they're familiar with our combination with ARMS and where the organization is going. It only makes sense to hire them to complete that audit. So I just bring that up as a point of interest. I don't know as we need to vote on anything like that, Jim, but I think it's important to note that we would be engaging them to complete the ARMS audit that ties in with ours as well.
Sounds good. Does anybody have any questions on that, or would someone like to officially make a motion that we use TBC to perform the audit for ARMS?
So moved.
Got a motion by Steve Retzlaff, seconded by Carol Brandt. Anyone wishing to vote no or abstain? All right, we'll show that motion carried.
Hey, Jim, I have something to add to PJ's report, and it has to do with training and EMT classes. We had one class slip through the cracks, and we had a voucher for it. And it was at the very beginning of our cycle year, and it was at the time where the Remsco was going back and forth trying to determine what type of fee schedule they would set between vouchered and affiliated people and unaffiliated people. And we were working on a class that we were scheduling at the same time as that. And I'll eat this one. It slipped through my hands, and we had a class that we had a voucher for because we publicized it, people were paying. We forgot to set the new fee for that. So I have to fess up, let people know that, but that was right around the same time the schedule and the fee schedule was being set. Slipped through my fingers. Since then, we've had a class that was fully 100% tuition, and we won't have another voucher class.
Sounds
I had to
good.
get that off my chest.
Well, and they're all different. I mean, Tim didn't elaborate, but I mean, whether you're dealing with budgets that are annual or different times of the year, I think that's part of what caused that to occur is, you're dealing with, again, different budget years for different agencies. So I appreciate that. I have nothing from a CON committee perspective. There was no activity brought before the CON committee. From information sharing, we have 3 different DOH disciplinary actions, 2 of which are in the minutes. I'll read those, and then I'll add one as well that just came in. Casey Aldrich, Antwerp, New York State EMT number 475276, had their certification suspended for 6 months, effective 4/17/23. The suspension was stayed. They were placed on probation for 3 years, effective 4/17/23, and assessed a civil penalty of $500 for violations of Part 800.16A 1 and 2 and 800.16A11. Scott Sterling of Prospect, New York State EMT number 223877, had his certification suspended for 1 year, effective 4/17/23. The suspension was stayed. He was placed on probation for 3 years, effective 4/17/23, and assessed the civil penalty of $2,000 for violations of Part 800.3 AM. And the third is Samuel Cooperman of Cortland Manor, New York State EMT number 434540, surrendered his certification, which is EMT, effective 1/20/23. Course information, Mohawk has an EMT original that starts 6/20. We have correspondence from Maria Walker advising that she has resigned her position as chair of the nominating committee, but she would like to retain her position on the membership committee. Committee reports, executive, other than what PJ mentioned, we did not meet or have discussions outside of this meeting. Finance, Steve Kroll.
Only thing I have to report is that I've been reinforcing to the director of the Bureau of EMS that our outstanding vouchers need to be dealt with, and Tim mentioned the specific activity earlier in his report.
Very good. Anything new from New York State EMS Council?
Meeting the week after next.
All right. Anne Marie is absent, so I don't believe there's anybody who can report from the Nurses Committee. No, probably
Remember
not.
when we met, honestly.
BJ MCI,
No new report.
very good. Membership, Lynn Kane.
No report for this month.
All right, nominating is essentially vacant. Awards.
Awards are, Tim sent out the reminder, they're due back to us here at Remo by the 1st of June so that we can vote on the awards and get them to the state by July 1st. So if we haven't gotten any, I don't believe we've received any nominations yet. So we tend to be a large giant group of procrastinators. So I'm guessing we're going to have to keep rattling things till we get some nominations. Probably they'll start pouring in the week before the deadline.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, but if you have anybody, please make nominations.
Sounds good. County reports, anybody from Albany County? Not seeing anyone. Columbia County.
Nothing huge to report. We're working with Columbia Memorial Hospital and a third-party organization on a community paramedicine grant-funded program. Galatia's Rescue is piloting it for remaining agencies, and then they'll eventually hop on. We haven't seen any patient contacts as of yet, but the goal, of course, to reduce readmissions, patients discharged from Columbia Memorial Hospital. So we'll see what kind of data we can get from it.
Sounds good.
That's about it.
Excellent. Greene County, Steve Neer. Nothing to report. Rensselaer County, Kathy Allen.
No report from Rensselaer County.
Sounds good. Saratoga County.
I had mentioned it last month, but we have a MCI drill at SPAC on Sunday morning. That's all the report.
Very good. That was Tracy Weir for
Yes.
not doing my proper job of calling on people and getting it into the record. Schenectady County, Jim Vina.
We didn't have a meeting this month, so there's no report.
Very good. So as far as new business, which Tim has there on the agenda for everybody, certainly if anyone's interested in serving on the nominating committee, you could certainly reach out to Tim.
Excuse me, Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
If memory serves me correctly, and Marie, please, if I'm incorrect, but I think you had others on the committee with you. Wasn't Jim Vina also on the nominating committee? And I thought there was someone else.
Not that I'm aware of. As far as I know, it was just me.
Yeah, not
Okay.
that I'm aware of either.
Well, sorry, Jim. I wasn't trying to throw you in the bus. That was what my notes showed.
Yep.
Never mind. Sorry to bother you.
No problem.
So obviously it would be nice to have more than a single person on the committee. And, again, I would say if it's something you want to consider, obviously this is relatively new, but reach out to Tim or reach out to me, whomever, and, we can add folks to that. And then whomever would like to serve in the position of the chair of that committee, we can move forward with that as well. The other item of new business that I'll just bring up, it was part of the discussion that we had before this meeting started, is, are we not that we spend a great amount of time here, and we manage to do business pretty quickly and I think effectively, is a suggestion that perhaps at some point it might make more sense to have this meeting correspond to the meeting frequency of the REMAC, and they meet now every other month as opposed to the frequency with which we meet. So I'm just throwing that out because it was kind of a before the meeting started discussion, but it's everybody's time is precious. So it's just something to think about moving forward as to whether or not we can accomplish the same thing we accomplish with the current number of meetings, or if we could possibly reduce those. Other than
bylaw change to do that.
I was just gonna say.
Yeah, we should probably look at our bylaws anyway. They need. We should resurrect the bylaws committee and probably look at those again too.
Yep, that makes sense. And I know just from a bylaw perspective, there is that provision that we probably should have Terry give us a rewrite, but where we should mirror the requirements of public health law, for lack of a better description, as it relates to who can be a member and how it plays in. I think ours, and I may not say it exactly like it's written, but says whether you live and or work in the Remo
Right.
region, and the state's statute requires residency, so a little bit different. But we can look at both those and report that back for the next meeting, which is kind of old business. So other than that, any other items from the floor?
Just let folks know, I just checked our Remsco committees, and I don't know if it'll be news to these guys, but Jimmy Vina and Steve Retzlaff were listed along with Marie on the nominating committee.
So I was correct.
Just tossing that out.
That's
I
it.
don't think so.
Slugs.
That's not very nice, Tim. I'll remember that.
Yeah, it sounds like a call for action, right?
Thanks, Tim.
That's right.
Chairman, may I say one thing to the group?
Sure.
I'll be sending out an email. It'll piggyback on Tim's meeting announcement. I'm updating the list of what members are on what committee. The bylaws do require that every sitting member participate in at least one committee. And it's a good way that we distribute the work across the board and the interest, right? We purposely bring in new people from different areas so that we are more well-rounded. So please answer my email, and I'll provide a current list to the chair and the executive director.
Yeah, that'd be great. As a matter of fact, we can circulate that too in advance of the next meeting if you have that available to us.
Yes, I thought I'd put it together before our next meeting.
Yep, no, that sounds good.
Okay.
Yes.
He was voted in last month, right?
I was gonna say, I think we may have had Dr. Daly join us. No?
Yes, sir.
Hey, well, your Dr. McHugh gave a little bit of what you might have said, but we'll certainly give you the opportunity to elaborate if you'd like.
Well, what might I have said?
Well, he reported in brevity as it relates to the medical director and or the QI. So I'll let you elaborate.
No, I think the most important things that we're going to have and face right now will continue to be issues with hospitals and offloading in time. There may be additional stressors placed on the system because we understand that there may be some reduced capacity throughout the region. Still trying to tease that information there because we didn't get a formal report yet. But that came to light today. So please be patient with the hospitals as we work with you and continue to figure out how Pulsera can best serve EMS and hospital throughput. biggest upcoming concern for drug shortages is going to be ketamine. That's something that was brought to me by Greene County a little while ago and subsequently has been confirmed by the hospital pharmacies on their side. That's something that we will have limited control over because it's actually the manufacturers don't have enough of the raw material for ketamine in order to make it. So they're hoping that they'll be able to get through that sometime in June and then get back to having a reasonable supply. At which point, then we'll be able to find out what our next shortage is after that. From those, the thing that I'd continue to ask people to do is let us know when Pulsera is not serving you well. But I think it is doing a spectacular job of giving us the ability to get back to the people that took care of their patients and information to hospitals in a timely manner. You'll see continued expansion of that, certainly at the medical center and across the Albany Med Health System, that we'll be doing in conjunction with the rest of the region, particularly with it being used for incoming EKG transmission, which we found working really well. But those are the big pieces of information I've got, Jim, unless I
Very
can
good.
provide some clarification on something else that was mentioned earlier.
Nope, I think we're good. Any
Thank you.
questions?
My
for Dr.
apologies
Daly?
for my tardiness.
No, not a problem. At least you're not in lockdown.
It's true. I am not in lockdown and my son's baseball team won. So
There you go. Doesn't get any better. All right, if there are no other items from the floor, our next meeting would be May 22nd at 6 p.m.
I just want to clarify people that have joined since we took the roll.
Oh, okay.
Looks like we've got Charles Welch is now on and Ben Bornhorst. Is there anybody else that I missed? Jeremiah Rod or anybody? Okay, and then I see Mary's on there too, and Tom, I've got you, Pasquarelli. So, okay. For
All
the
right.
record.
Very good. Then I'll take a motion to adjourn. Motion by PJ, seconded
I'll
by.
second.
Who was the second? Lynn?
Yes.
Very good. All right. I'm gonna assume no one will want to abstain or vote no. So thank you for your attendance. And we'll see you all on May 22nd at 6 p.m.
Thank you.
Good night.